going to come in, I'm going to have a proper conversation. I'm not going to look them up and down. No. Let me actually also say, so I've done Love Island before with Johnny Seifert when he was my producer, Ted, and he'll bring in women all the time, and which is fine. Beautiful, stunning, gorgeous young women. It was such a delight to talk to them. And so this is the first time I've got men coming on, and I did the same with the ladies. I would talk about how they were stunning. Their waist like that. Yeah. Gorgeous skin, lovely personalities as well. I had so much fun with them. So now I didn't even ask for this. No, let me just get that out there. I didn't, harass Johnny and say, no, Ted, we're not going to Erol. No, we're not. We're going to talk about Love Island and the men that, and the men that Johnny. We're not. Let them hear what you're saying. Ted's like, no, CL, shut up.
We've got to go to Erol because we've got Love Island coming up.
Love Island
next.
Men. Okay, I don't know why you're hating. Don't be gel, all right? We're going to talk about the men from Love Island. Now, what was I saying? Now, look, you've just messed up my train of thought. We would have been talking to Erol now, talking to America. What was I saying? Yeah, I've spoken to the women, so now we're evening things up. That's why. Oh, that's what I was going to say. That's it, Ted. I remember. I was going to say, so during the week, it's Johnny. He's also in the gallery there. Hey, Johnny. He messages me 2 pictures of half-naked men, and he's like, which one do you want? The top half was the one that didn't have a top on. Now, I don't know what it's like in your world. I don't know how many men message you with very attractive young men saying, which one do you want? I, of course, said both. I was like, eeny, meeny, okay, fine, Ted. Fine, we'll talk American politics. Jeez. Oh, gosh, can't even talk about young, good-looking men anymore. I mean, what kind of world is this? Health and safety gone mad. Let's talk. Let's get serious. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, we are going to talk America. So Boris Johnson, the other one, the one in America, Donald Trump. He is under a lot of pressure. Right now, there is a congressional investigation into what exactly happened during that Capitol 6 riot in January. And it's not looking great. And because of that, his team, his lawyers are asking for absolute immunity in terms of whatever findings they reach in these investigations. As I say, currently ongoing. Oh, actually kind of wrapped up a week ago, I want to say. Let's get more on this, shall we? Let's speak to Erol Morkoc. He's a Republicans overseas spokesman, and he joins us now. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening.
What exactly is Donald Trump asking for? Why is he so worried about the implications of the findings of these investigations into what happened on January the 6th?
I think it's a very procedural response. Quite simply, the congressional sort of mock trial they're having isn't really based on bipartisan people. Donald Trump and his supporters aren't really watching it. So Donald Trump more is just gamesmanship. He's not going to give an inch, because if he gives an inch, they'll take a yard. Certainly, he is protected under executive privilege. People who are not are people like Steve Bannon, who tried to claim it and now is sort of having to eat crow and go and say, hey, I wasn't ignoring the subpoena and whatnot. But the president of the United States absolutely does have this situation. This is sort of a last chance to slander Donald Trump before he reannounces officially after the 2022 midterms.
You think this is slander? You have security officials who were right next to Donald Trump giving their evidence as to what they saw leading up to those riots. You have administrators working on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Are you suggesting they're liars?
I am absolutely suggesting that they're liars, especially the ones who begged for jobs in the Trump organization right after. Keep in mind, these are third-hand accounts, absolute nonsense, like the president lunged for the wheel through the divider to grab the steering wheel and drive downtown and join the riots. I mean, this is political fan fiction. It's what the left usually does. There's no cross-examination of witnesses whatsoever. So, and frankly, the Republican voters and a lot of moderates are not watching this. The people who are watching this are people who hate Donald Trump. The people who've been saying he's going to be in an orange jumpsuit next week. And frankly, this is the most investigated man in the world. If they had dirt on this guy, he'd be in prison. If they had the dirt that they had on Joe Biden and his son for corruption and what's been going on there, Donald Trump would be in prison. So that's the difference.
He also, I have to say, Joe Biden and his son have not also been jailed for over the many allegations that they also face. But let's bring it down to basic levels. Let's forget all the so-called eyewitnesses that you say are slandering Donald Trump. Let's look at the man himself. He refused to accept the American democratic voting and the way people in America voted when it came to their general election, their presidential election. He refused to accept it. Didn't even turn up on the day that Joe Biden was sworn in as president. I studied American history. I could not tell you when that's happened in modern history. This is a man who refused to accept. This is a man who refused to accept the outcome of the presidential election. Is that not enough to incite violence or anger?
No, because Hillary Clinton absolutely refused to accept it, and the Democrat Party sandbagged his entire presidency by declaring him a Russian agent, KGB agent, guilty of treason, which is punishable by the death penalty.
She claimed that he was working with the Russians. She didn't call him
right, which all was proven to be slanderous lies. So Donald Trump, he immediately was gamesmanship. He set the stage to question the legitimacy of this presidency. The same thing they did to him. Quid pro quo. You start something with Donald Trump, he's the kind of guy who's going to give it back to you tenfold. And, a lot of American people, when you poll them, they might not say, okay, we agree that it's a fraudulent election, but they were not happy with how it was conducted.
That was the point I was going to make. You're so right, Errol. Hillary Clinton was a woman very, very unhappy with the result, very, very unhappy to lose to Donald Trump. I remember George Bush's senior memorial, his funeral. She refused to shake Donald Trump's hand, which I thought, come on, let's be graceful. We might not have liked the results, clearly, but let's be graceful. In fact, President Obama shake Donald Trump's hand, and Donald Trump caused a lot of problems for President Obama when he was president and since. And indeed, Hillary Clinton had a very harsh campaign against President Obama before he became president, and indeed Obama was able to let bygones be bygones, and they now have a civil relationship. So I think you're very right. Hillary did struggle. However, she didn't claim it was a fraudulent result, and that's the key difference.
I would say one of the key differences is that Donald Trump was the first non-military hero and non-statesman to be elected. He came in as a third-party wrecking ball who destroyed the Republican establishment and the Republican Democrat oligarchy, and they were not very happy for it. None of his supporters, myself included, would have respected him if he went to that inauguration. He's not one of them. He's one of us, and that's what we're looking for.
Even though the Republican Party right now is divided in a way I haven't seen in my lifetime.
But would you say it's more divided than the Democrat Party, which is split into almost three? You have the Joe Manchin camp, you have the AOC camp, and in the middle you have the Pelosi's, the blue blood Democrats. I would say their party is much more fractured, and we're bringing in Trumpian candidates for the midterms where we're going to win in a landslide.
Do you think we could see Donald Trump running for president in 2024?
I guarantee it. Absolutely, without question.
All right, Erol Morkoc from Republicans Overseas. Good talking to you. Thank you. You are watching Claudia Liza on Talk TV.